Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the USSSA Men's Major World Series, day number 2. Game 1 on tap today, Woodlaw versus Taylormade. And the player introductions are taking place right now. And we'll be ready momentarily with our first pitch of the day once we make the player introductions and have the national anthem. On day number 1, Resmondo defeated AJS 17-9, and Resmondo will play at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Gene Shop beat Blitz Watanabe 26-9, and they'll play at 5:30. Long Haul whipped Suncoast Quick Roofing or Reebok 26-16. Their next game is today at 4 p.m. And the number 2 seed, Dan Smith, beat ONS Pavs 19-3. They'll play at 7 p.m. We have 4 games this morning that'll finish off round 1, and then we'll begin round 2 of the winner's bracket. And the USSSA Men's Major World Series, the showcase of slow pitch softball, live at Disney's Wide World of Sports. The announcer is introducing the umpires for today's game. Behind the plate, Steve Christie. Over at first, Dan Sullivan. At second, Don Lombard. And at third, Carlos Childress, as we stand for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had the playing of the national anthem. Let me give you the lineup for Woodlaw, our visiting team. Leading off, Steve Whaley, the second baseman. Batting the second will be Lloyd Watson, the pitcher. Dennis Schrum, the shortstop's in the third spot. Daryl Beeler will bat cleanup. Preston Sperlin, the third base, at batting fifth. Jebby King, the middle infielder. Sixth, Matt Arlett, and right, Doug Wood, the catcher. Then comes Brandon Evans, and completing the lineup, the left fielder, Sean Burris. That is the starting lineup for Woodlaw. Defensively, for Taylormade, the home team, Stanley Bolton will be at pitcher. Brian Goings catching. Brian Floyd over at first. John Bailey at second. Rick Leith at third. Shortstop is Rick Wheeler. Over in left field will be Chad McLam, Chuck Kuhn in center, Corey Booth in right, and the middle infielder will be Cheyenne Brooks. Taylormade, the home team. And the winner of this game will move on and play Dan Smith tonight at 7 p.m.
The Taylormade lineup for defensive alignment as they take the field. Their pitcher is Stacy Bolton. The batter made is Brian Goins. Down first base are Ryan Floyd. The second baseman is John Bailey. At third is Greg Lee. And the shortstop is Ricky Wheeler. Through the outfield in left is Chad McLean. The center fielder is Chuck Coon. And the right field is Corey Booth. The middle infielder is Cheyenne Brooks.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, once again, excuse me, back here in the top of the first. Bolton has finished his warm-up pitches. And here we go. Tournament director Mr. Warren Bellum has got the team set. Everybody's ready to go. It's 5 after 9 a.m. and the first pitch on day number 2 is about to happen. Ball 1. Right back through the box. Steve Whaley will move down to first base with a single. Bolton unable to make the play. And that'll bring up Lloyd Watson. He's also the pitcher for Woodlaw. Nobody out, runner on first. Just a bit outside, ball 1. Steve Christie, the plate umpire. Ball 2. Watson hits it pretty good. It's back there deep, straightaway center. Nice running catch. Chuck Coon, the center fielder, chases it down right before the 400-foot marker. As Watson hit it well, but Coon chases it down, one away. And that'll bring up all-conference shortstop Dennis Schrum. Schrum been around the game quite a while, this Woodlaw team based out of Texas, the North Texas area. 2 balls, no strikes. Schrum on his way to first, but Christie, the plate umpire. Full count, 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 away. And Whaley's over at first, got on a single, the leadoff hitter for Woodlaw. Schrum, fly ball to left field. And our left fielder, McClam, reaches up to make the catch. Whaley tags up, moves over to second, 2 away. Schrum hit it well, but McClam with a nice catch over his shoulder. That'll bring up Darrell Beeler, member of the USSSA Hall of Fame. Came out of retirement, only 48 years old. He says he can still play. Two balls, no strikes. And Beeler takes the walk. So he moves to first. Now we have runners at first and second, 2 away. We're in the top half of the first inning. Preston Sperlin, the batter. Third baseman for Woodlaw. Sperling shoots it through the gap between first and second. Whaley's on his way around. The throw is cut off. Woodlaw now scores one, and they have runners on the corners with two away, and Woodlaw marks first. Jebby King, the batter, scrappy little middle infielder, good glove. Base hitter, not known for the power. Jebby's also been around the game quite a while. We've got a throw over into right field, gets away. Beeler comes around to score. Sperling moves in. So 2 runs score on the air on the throw. Third baseman Rick Leith bobbled it, fires it over to second wide, almost taking out the umpire, Toto. So 2 more runs score. So the score is 3 now for Woodlaw. King over at third. The batter is Matt Arlett. Now Woodlaw up 3. Taylormade still to bat in the first, 2 away. Arlett right to Brian Floyd. That retires the side. Top half the first inning. Woodlaw picks up 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 runner left. As we move into the bottom half the first inning, Woodlaw leads 3. And Taylormade coming to bat at Disney's Wide World of Sports. Here we are in the bottom half the first inning. Let me set the defense for Woodlaw. Catching is Doug Wood. Pitching Lloyd Watson over at first, Darrell Beeler. Steve Whaley at second. Shortstop is Dennis Shrum. Middle infielder Jebby King. Preston Sperling over at third. Left fielder Sean Burris. Brandon Evans in center. And Matt Arlett over in right field, and that's the defense for Woodlaw. Taylormade, leadoff hitter Chad McClam, the left fielder. On deck, John Bailey, and in the hole, Brian Floyd. So Taylormade steps in. We're in the bottom of the first. Woodlaw picked up 3 in the top. And here we go. First pitch, ball 1. McClam shoots it into right field. He's not even hesitating. He's on the way to second. Throw is not in time. Corey Booth, right field, Matt Arlett for Woodlaw. So McClam's on second with a double. And John Bailey will move in. Bailey, a member of the all-conference team last year. Plenty of power. Little outside, ball 1. Ball 2. Full count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bailey into left center, shoots the gap. He's on his way to second. McClam comes around to score the first run for Taylormade. So it's 3-1 now. Nobody out. Brian Floyd. Player slash sponsor slash coach, manager. Brian Floyd, member of the all-conference B team this year. Taylormade victorious in the B championship for conference, USSSA. Or excuse me, in the A conference. They're an A team. They were a B team last year. And Floyd takes the walk. So, nobody out. Runners at first and second. Cleanup hitter, additional hitter. Chris Calcutt, the batter. The rules for the games here in Men's Major World Series, they have an unlimited amount of home runs. Hit all they want. And Calcutt down in the corner, bounces off the wall. Bailey comes around to score. Floyd into third, Calcutt into second. 2 runs are in, nobody out. And Brian Goins, the catcher, will step in. Brian Goins, number 23, usually hits in the home run derby. Friday night, 1 member from each team, that'll be 16 hitters, will hit off to get to 4, and then they will play. There it is, Brian Goins right over the wall, 3-run home run for Brian Goins. That makes the score 5-3. And still nobody out in the bottom of the first. And back to home run derby, as I said, 16 will hit off to get down to 4. Then they will take on the 12 top home run hitters in the country. And that's Friday around 7 p.m. we hope to kick it off. So hope you're with us. It should be live. Pitcher Stanley Bolton steps in. Nobody out, nobody on. 5 runs in here for Taylormade. They lead 5-3. Slips coming out of the box. Went down on one knee. He's still going to try for 2. And he's in there. Bolton, nice piece of hustling. Slipped and fell as he came out of the batter's box. And Rick Leith, the third baseman, will now take his spot in the batter's box. Trying to loosen up. Taylormade, nobody out. 1 runner on second. Bottom half the first inning. Run rules are 30 after 3, 20 after 4, and 15 after 5. In there for strike 1. Right up the middle, Jebby King. Nice play. That's the first out of the inning. Rick Leith rounds up the middle. Jebby King over to the first baseman, Brian Floyd. First baseman Darrell Beeler. Bring up Corey Booth. 1 away. Booth works him for a walk. He moves to first. Cheyenne Brooks, the middle infielder. That leaves runners at first and second. Still only one away, and they've got 5 runs in. That's Taylormade with 5, Woodlaw with 3. Bottom half the first inning. One ball, no strikes. 2-0. That'll load them up. Somebody at every station. Bolton moves to third. Booth to second. Brooks with the walk at first. And Ricky Wheeler, the shortstop, comes in with the bases loaded. Strike one. Force out at second. Throw not in time as Bolton comes across to score. Sperlin flips it over to Whaley. Whaley not in time with the throw at first. So now 2 away, runners on the corners, 6 runs in. And Taylormade extends their lead to 3, 6-3 over Woodlaw. Line shot just inside the line. Booth scores. Play at the plate, and it got him at home. Flips from Sperlin to the catcher, Doug Wood, tags him out. That's Cheyenne Brooks trying to score. So here we go. Taylormade scores 7 on 4 hits, 1 runner left. After 1 complete inning of play, Taylormade 7, Woodlaw 3. And we will return to Disney's Wide World of Sports in just a moment.
It's 7-3 here in the second inning.
Bernie Gunther back in the booth.
Glad to be with you.
Woodlaw put up 3 in the top, and then Taylormade came back and hit the ball well. Scored 7, Bernie. They lead 7-3. Doug Wood, the catcher, he leads off with a double just inside the bag and down the left field line. So Brandon Evans, the center fielder, will step to the plate.
And it's Evans and Sean Burris right behind him. Woodlaw, Taylormade here from Disney's Wide World of Sports. We saw these two teams play just about a month ago, but they had a snow fence out.
Sure did. When Men's A World, we played with a 305-foot fence. Here we play the real stadium, home of for spring training for the Atlanta Braves.
On the ground, this should be out number 1. Good throw across the diamond. Was that
Wheeler.
Cheyenne Brooks?
No, I think that was Wheeler, the shortstop, got that and flipped it over.
So Sean Burris at the plate with 1 away. Unlike what it says on our screen, it actually 7-3.
kind of a wild ending to the bottom of the first.
We'll go back to the top of the lineup after this. Popped up on the infield, and that's an easy second out.
I believe that was Cheyenne
There's
Brooks.
Cheyenne Brooks for you.
Whaley, the second baseman, will step in with 2 away and a runner out at second. That's Doug Wood, who led off the inning with a stand-up double.
There's a base hit, and that'll score a run for Woodlaw as Doug Wood comes around to score. RBI double for Steve Whaley, who just sneaks in there.
Shot it right up the middle, a little to the right side of the center fielder out there. Chuck Kuhn comes up throwing. However, Whaley, as Bernie said, just snuck in at second. The good slide, avoiding the tag. So he stands out there with 2 away.
And that's very important for Woodlaw, of course, trailing by 4. And Taylormade being the home team, they need to start to score some runs. Obviously, there's a lot of time left in this ball game, but you hate to be blanked when you trail by 4.
We've said it before, mark every inning, hopefully a crooked number.
Drill towards center field, and what a play.
Dropped it, unable to keep it.
Kuhn, a brilliant effort there at center field, but Steve Whaley is going to come in to score. Lloyd Watson will give him a double there, right?
Yeah, tough play out there for Kuhn. Ran in almost a half slide. Unable to make the play. We'll give him a double in the book. Still 2 away.
And Dennis Schroom, the shortstop, is at the plate.
As I said earlier, Schrum has been in the game quite a while. Wily veteran.
And he cranks it towards left field. Does this one have enough? Indeed it does. We're all tied up at 7. Dennis Schrum with a 2-run home run. And it's amazing. Obviously, we talked about that tough play by Chuck Kuhn in center field, but if he makes that, it's a little bit different ball game right here at this point.
They would have gotten out of the inning with a lead. Taylormade would have. It was a tough play. Watson was credited with a double.
Popped up towards left. Chad McLam has it side retired, but Woodlaw scores 4. We're tied at 7 as we head to the bottom of the second inning here at Disney.
Woodlaw, they come out, they score 4, they strand none, they scatter 4 hits, but unfortunately they tie the game up at 7 after 1.5 of play. Due up for Taylormade is the top of the order, McLam, Bailey, and Floyd.
Getting closer.
A few more hits, probably.
That's probably about it.
Leading off for Taylormade, Chad McLam.
All right, it's 7-7 here in the bottom of the second. Chad McLam will lead things off, the left fielder who made the final out to retire the side. He's also the leadoff hitter for Taylormade, and he sends that one to left field.
Is retired in left by Burris.
And Sean Burris has out number one.
John Bailey.
And that'll bring up John Bailey. We'll be here all day. We hope you have a chance to enjoy our broadcast wherever you are. Thanks for making you part of our day. Just like many of you guys at home that are at work, we are there as well. It's a bright, sunshiny morning in Florida, and it's going to be a very warm day here in Central Florida, especially for some of these teams.
Bailey with a blast, but there to grab
From outside of the area. That's a brilliant catch by the pitcher, Lloyd Watson. Lloyd Watson just trying to protect himself there.
Brian Floyd.
Bailey with a laser right back at Watson. They're checking that bat. As I said, they'll check all home runs. Anything hit hard at the pitcher, and that was a laser burning.
Steve Saluch, he's got his umbrella opened up today. So we need to get him a nice drink down there. He's got a good spot as we see Brian Floyd with a double.
2-out double for Brian Floyd, and that brings up number 4.
Floyd shooting the ball right down the right field line. Arlette chasing it down. Floyd on second with 2 away. And this is Chris Calcutt, a cleanup hitter for Taylormade.
And he has a liner into left field. Sean Burris will field it. The throw to home is going to be cut off. And Taylormade once again is in the lead.
Calcutt breaks the
Nice piece of hitting by Calcutt.
That brings up
Calcutt with an RBI single, scoring Brian Floyd. And
first.
Brian Goings is at the plate.
Back in the first, Goings with a 3-run home run. Taylormade now up 8-7. Behind the back, between the legs there, Bernie. Watson with a little trickery.
Goins draws the walk. And
Goins draws the walk.
Bolton.
And Stacy Bolden will come to the plate. Calcutt moves to second.
Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. If Woodlaw can close the door, they get out of this inning with only 1 run.
And there's a 3-run home run for Stacy Bolton.
As the pitcher helps his own cause.
And Bolton helps himself with that 3-run home run. I had just said if they could hold them, it'd only be down 1. Now they're down 4. 11 for Taylormade, 7 for Woodlaw, and there's 2 away. You hear his teammates saying, we've got to win the inning.
And there's a long fly ball. It's off the left field wall. Sean Burris couldn't field it. And Brandon Evans airmails it nearly into the dugout.
Still a bit of dew on the ground, especially out deep in the outfield. That caused the throw to get away.
Rick is on second with a double, and here's Corey Booth with Cheyenne Brooks right behind him. So Taylormade has answered the 4 in the top of the second with 4 of their own here in the bottom. It's a base hit, and Taylormade is up 12-7.
Booth with a line shot just out of reach for Dennis Schrum, able to make the snag. Taylormade now will win the inning. They've outscored Woodlaw 5 so far to 4 here in the second inning. They're up 12-7. This has the makings of a long game.
Let's go.
Well, we're still in round number 1 with these games. And as we mentioned before, it's certainly a long road back if you lose this first one.
As I said earlier in the broadcast, whoever wins this game takes on Dan Smith at 7 p.m. tonight. We'll play, by the end of the day, 2 full rounds in the winner's bracket. Tomorrow, Friday at 8 a.m., we begin the loser's bracket, sending people home.
Batter Cheyenne Brooks.
And our first loser's bracket game will be AJS versus the loser of GTL and Combat USA. That game following immediately after this one.
Opposite field to right, Matt Arlett fields it on a hop, and Booth hustles around second. He ends up at third.
Runners on the corners now for Ricky Wheeler. Wheeler with an RBI on a fielder's choice.
There's another base hit and another run. Ricky Wheeler.
Wheeler drives in Booth. Brooks.
Wheeler with a line shot right out there in left field, 1 hop.
They're just going station to station here as Chuck Kuhn, the center fielder, comes to the plate. Just like inning number 1, Taylormade has batted all the way through the lineup.
The big hit this inning, a 3-run shot.
And there's a big air for Steve Whaley right through the wickets. And it's going to cause Woodlaw to have their score doubled here. It's 14-7 on that E4. Cheyenne Brooks comes to score. And so Chad McLam, who popped out to Sean Burris to begin the second inning, is going to bat once again.
The big hit, Stanley Bolton, the pitcher, helped himself with a 3-run home run earlier in the inning. And you look at the scoreboard, a pair of 7s in the first and second inning.
Down the line, past Sperlin, into the corner. That's going to be a 2 RBI double as Chad McLam finally gets a hit here in the second inning.
Come in to score. And now second baseman.
And remember, this is a 2-out rally because McLam and John Bailey both came to the plate to begin this inning, and both are retired. John Bailey, who lost his bat for a moment, now has it back after he lined out to the pitcher back at the beginning of this inning.
Woodlaw brings in a new pitcher. We do not have a list of the subs.
Thought you talked about that at the managers' meeting.
He said, please list all your starters and substitutes with their number and position.
So we're lost.
Obviously, Woodlaw did not listen to the directions.
And there's no Woodlaw website, I assume, for us to go on, right?
Not that I know of.
Well, it's just going to be another terrific day for softball in Central Florida, and what a pleasure it is for us to bring you the USSSA Men's Major World Series presented by Busch Light.
The showcase of USSSA slow pitch softball. The one tournament every team strives to win. The Men's Major World Series.
And a walk issued to John Bailey, so that brings up Brian Floyd. After the 2 outs were recorded, he started the rally with a double.
Shot his last at bat. He shot it right down the right field line. Good wood on it, if you would.
He's on the not the wood side, though.
No, good aluminum or good
aluminum.
composite. That pitch flipped off Doug Wood's hat right there behind the plate.
It's 16-7.
And he walks.
Bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks, and here's Chris Colcutt.
Floyd draws the walk to load the bases for cleanup hitter Chris Calcutt. Calcutt 2 for 2. He's got a single and double. He's
Calcutt doubled in this inning. Or excuse me, singled in this inning, doubled in the first. And he as well scored. Bases are loaded here. Taylormade a chance to be the first team to 20.
Not enough.
To the warning track, Sean Burris hauls it in, but it's a big inning for Taylormade. They score 9, and they're up 16-7 here on USSSA.com.
9 runs on 8 hits. They strand 3. We now go to the top of the third for Woodlaw. They look to respond with Sperlin, King, and Arlett.
Hey, this is Brett Helmer. I'm Brian Wegman, getting ready to drop some bombs with the 09 Easton bat line.
Sperlin with a drive. There is Bailey at second. They get Sperlin at first. There's 1 out now.
Easton, one of the presenting sponsors of the Men's Major World Series. Woodlaw batting here in the top of the 3rd inning. Sperlin was retired for out number 1. And here's King. King is at the plate. It's 16-7.
King draws the 1 out walk.
And he's going to draw
And that brings up
a
number
walk
19,
to bring up
Matt Arlett.
Matt Arlett. Arlette, high fly ball. Chad McLam, does he have room? Indeed he does, and made that look really easy in left field.
McLam in left grabs the fly ball of Arlette.
And now Taylormade a chance to blank Woodlaw here in the top of the third inning.
Went on a mission, Bernie, found out our new pitcher is Brad McLean for Woodlaw.
You know what? David DiDonatis came back with that exact information. He's on top of it too.
He was before me, good.
That's why they pay him the big money at the USSSA headquarters, to hunt down that type of information.
Well, we have Matt O'Hare and David DiDonatis up here doing the camera work and the computer work.
Paul O'Leary with us at third base, and well, we said that Woodlaw had a chance to be blanked, but indeed they're going to get a run. King is going to come around to score. Doug Wood comes through once again. He doubled and scored his last time up. Doug Wood there with a double, so that's his second double of the ball game.
Wood, the sponsor, or one of the sponsors of Woodlaw.
High fly ball, and that one gives Chuck Kroon a lot of fit there in center field, and that's going to be one of those inside the park home runs.
Touch ball, Brandon Evans.
Brandon Evans.
Inside the park home run. Doug Wood comes in to score in front of him.
And Chuck Kroon was just lost in center field. There's no other way to put it.
Well, that ball slicing away, and the more he ran toward it, the farther it sliced. Made a dive, and he was unable to come close. And now the lead 16-10. Woodlaw doing their job. They're marking every inning.
They've scored 3 already, and Sean Burris is going to have a single with 2 outs, and that'll take us back to the top of the lineup.
Single to center. That brings up the top of the order, and Steve Whaley.
Steve Whaley at the plate. Doubled his last at bat.
Single in the first. 2 for 2.
I would assume in this game, if you're not batting above 500, you're not doing a decent job hitting.
That is correct. 600-700 on base percentage is excellent.
There's a strike.
Our all-time leaders since the year 2000, Greg Cannell batting .671. Right behind him are Brett Helmer and Tim Coco, .667 on base percentage.
Opposite field, a base hit into right. Booth tracks it down. Burris turns the corner at second. He's at third, and Whaley gives Woodlaw runners on the corners and 2 outs.
The gentleman you see on the field taking pictures, Stafford Connor from USSSA Today, First Class Magazine. You can go on the USSSA website, click on and find out how to order it. I suggest if you get a chance and want to see something first class, order you a copy or subscribe to it. Excellent magazine.
On the ground, there's a base hit. It'll score Burris as it gets by John Bailey. Steve Whaley will hold it third, and they continue at the corners with 2 outs. And just like we saw with Taylormade, who went on a tear with 2 outs, same thing here. Woodlaw has now pushed across 4 runs after they nearly had an opportunity to be blanked.
Yep, John Bailey got caught cheating, moving to second, hit the ball behind him. We've got time called on the field. So Taylormade has called timeout with 2 outs. We have a runner on first and Coach Scotty O'Neill talking to his troops. Our next game right behind this one, GTL, will take on Combat USA. GTL Creative Stucco Worth Elite versus Combat USA Elite. Both of them from the Northwest. So it'll be a battle between those 2 teams to see who will take on Rismondo tonight at 8:30.
You know, I just keep thinking, who does Steve Saluch know to get such a great seat? He's right there behind home plate. Even got himself an umbrella. It's almost like a day at the beach for him down there.
Well, he and our general counsel, David Evald, checking the bats, and that ball by Dennis Schrum deep over the left field wall. Bernie, 3-run shot.
Pick up that bat and bring it back to Steve Saluch.
There you go.
7 runs in here for Woodlaw. Here in the third, this is their biggest inning of the contest so far. And so much for what we said earlier, where they might get blanked in the third inning. That was the situation about 8 batters ago.
Yeah, they had 2 away. You thought that possibility might happen.
That's a brilliant play for Ricky Wheeler, but the throw not in time, and Brian Howard just had to wait for it. Or Floyd, excuse me, Brian Floyd.
Tough shot right at Wheeler. Bobbles the ball from one knee, fires it to first. Wasn't able to get much on the throw, Bernie. That's why Beeler is at first with 2 away.
Launched into center field. There's enough room for Chuck Kroon, but what an inning it was for Woodlaw. They score 7, and they pull within 2. It's 16-14 as we head to the bottom of the third here on USSSA.com. 2009 Men's Major World Series presented by Busch Light.
Woodlaw posts some numbers on the board. They score 7. They scatter 7 hits. They strand 1. We've played 2.5. It's a 2-run ball game, 16-14, slanted in favor of Taylormade. As Taylormade goes to the plate, they'll put up Goins, Bolton, and Lee. Starting off the home half of the third for Taylormade, Brian Goins. Goins 1 for 1 in the game, a 3-run blast to right.
Got to play.
Brian Goins leads off bottom of the third inning.
Goins a 3-run home run in the first inning.
And he'll start off with a base hit to Matt Arlett here in the third. Taylormade's batted all the way around. In every inning they've come to the plate in the contest, scoring 7 in the bottom of the first and 9 in the bottom of the second.
Well, if they keep up their pattern, they should score 11 in this run. I mean, in this inning.
Well, Oh, you're good on that number of stuff.
No.
That LSU education.
There you go. We'll take on the Florida Gators in Death Valley.
Are you excited? Who do you got this weekend?
I don't even know.
Uh-oh. It's the power of the internet. We'll find out for you. Base hit here for Stacy Bolton.
I've been so focused on this weekend that I failed to see who my alma mater was playing.
Gators have Kentucky and the Wildcats. And our mic just fell off, I believe.
It sounded like it went somewhere.
That was some good placement there from Matt O'Hara to put that mic in a place where it fell down.
And a reminder, Slugfest is going on in the back area towards Hess Fields.
Oh, you guys are going to one of my favorite cities that I get a chance to go visit. We call it Stark Vegas.
Starkville, Mississippi.
Starkville, Mississippi.
Mississippi State.
Yep.
The Bulldogs.
Dan Mullen, his first year as the head coach there. Bases are loaded.
The bases are loaded.
As Leith draws a walk. And here's Corey Booth at the plate.
So I was saying, Slugfest is in the back, Bernie. All of the manufacturers are here to show their new equipment.
This is going to be out number 1. Sean Burris has the play, and Goins will tag and score the 17th run of the contest.
There's now one away for Cheyenne Brooks.
Come on in, check it out.
There we are. We can hear just about everything. That's the brilliance of this microphone. Paul O'Leary's got us all taken care of down there.
Runners at first and second, one away. Bottom of the 3rd inning.
And just past Darrell Beal's glove. This will score another run. Base hit for Cheyenne Brooks.
Beeler with a dive, scoots right under his glove. So now we end up with runners on the corner. One away still. 2 runs in, 18 for Taylormade, 14 for Woodlaw. And as I said earlier, this is the makings of a long game.
Wheeler, a line drive. And that's out number 2. Right at the shortstop. Dennis Schrum.
Now for Chuck Kuhn.
And Wheeler retired, and Chuck Kroon is at the plate. He reached on an error by Steve Whaley his last time up. Wheeler awaits the pitch. And he takes a look at the last 2. Runners on the corners, 2 out, and he waits on it and hits this towards the gap, and it's going to run a long way. All the way to the wall. Brandon Evans, Matt Arlett trying to track it down, and here's the big ballpark for you. An inside the park home run.
Goes to the deepest part of the park, and inside the park home run as he touches them all. Leith and Brooks score in front of him Taylormade now with 2 outs goes to the top of the order. Number 3,
And
Chad
Taylormade,
McLam.
another gigantic
McLam, 2
inning.
for 3 in the game. He's driven in 2.
They've scored 5 here in the bottom of the 3rd. (21-14).
McLam
It
gets
seems
the
like
2-out
Taylormade, that's their
walk.
goal,
And
to
goes
be
the
up
base
by
runner
7
on
every
for John
time
Bailey.
they finish their opportunity to bat. John Bailey at the plate after Chad McLam drew the walk. And Taylormade, if they could possibly get Bailey, Floyd, and Calcutt to get aboard, they will have batted around in every inning they've come to the plate in this contest. And a lot of issues here for Woodlaw. Back-to-back walks.
Bailey draws a walk. McLam moves over to second. And that brings up Brian Floyd.
So all they need is Floyd and Calcutt. If Floyd can get aboard, Taylormade will have batted around in every inning of this contest so far. It's 21-14.
Reminder, we have over 520 plus teams playing in men's C, men's E, and women's ABCD this weekend, which starts today on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Up in Michigan, 170 plus teams. In the men's D, that's over 700 teams playing. USSSA slow pitch this weekend.
Our nat sound mic, or natural sound mic, if you will, being replaced there. So not the greatest sound of Brian Floyd with his base hit to Matt Arlett. That scores another run, 22-14.
Single for Brian Floyd.
And this is the largest advantage of the ball game for Taylormade, who had led by as many as 7. They're now up by 8. And they batted around once again.
I believe that's 4 times in a row Brian Floyd has reached base so far.
Seems like everybody's reached base for Taylormade. And the walks have been a major issue.
I've said before, 9 out of 10 walks score on the average. It's just as good as a base hit.
Liner right at the middle infielder. That'll be a inning-ending play, but not before. Taylormade tacks on 6, their least productive inning of the game, but they're up by 8, 22-14, as we continue our coverage of the 2009 Men's Major World Series on USSSA.com.
That brings up in the top of the 4th, King, Arlett, and Wood. We saw him flash his leather in the home half. Now, in the top of the fourth, Chevy King.
Chevy King will lead off top of the fourth. And you get the feeling that Woodlaw just can't exchange tit for tat like they've been.
Wheeler goes back.
Every time they've gotten close, Taylormade has just pulled away, Rick, as we see out number one. Chevy King is retired by Chad McLam.
Well, Taylormade's put up a big crooked number every inning. Woodlaw's doing what they need to do. They're marking every inning, 3, 4, and 7. But that's only 14, while Taylormade's 7, 9, and 6 for 22. They lead by 8. Was Wheeler with a nice running catch. Had to run a long way down the left field line. Covered a lot of ground.
Matt Arlett is at the plate. And Arlett lifts it towards left field. Chad McLam able to position himself under it and back-to-back outs.
There is McLam to make the catch.
But this is where we were the last inning. We had 2 quick outs, yet Woodlaw still able to put together a 7-run third inning.
Wood 2 for 2 in the game. He's
Doug Wood, the catcher, is 2 for 2. The sponsor is a lawyer and a doctor, both.
Wow.
And loves to play.
That's who our boys up here need to get in touch with. A lawyer and a doctor.
No pitch. Steve Christie steps out. Says that's a no pitch. Stanley Bolton looks down at him like, what are you saying? Why is it no pitch? Steve Christie had his hand up. You can't pitch until the umpire puts the ball in play. And he had not put the ball in play, Bernie.
A little bit of a break there for Woodlaw, certainly, because that was going to be out number 3.
Would have been an easy out.
So we'll see whether Doug Wood can take advantage. Well, I tell you, they're doing a phenomenal job of getting us lineups for the next game delivered right here from our booth. So whatever you sent to them, it worked. This should do it. Into center field. Kuhn. And the side retired in order. A 1, 2, 3, top of the fourth. Can Taylormade apply the hammer in the bottom? They're up 22 to 14.
1, 2, 3 here in the top of the fourth. With an 8-run lead, Taylormade puts to the plate going. Bolton and Leaf. Going, slides into first underneath the throw. Safe at first. to lead off the home half of the fourth, and that brings up pitcher Stacy
Brian Goins slides into first on the play. Beats it out. That's his fourth time reaching base. Had it in the first, second, third. He had a 3-run home run in the first inning. And he's scored 3 times. He's now over at first.
You got to love that hustle to beat that out for a base hit. Stacy Bolton, the pitcher, is at the plate, and he has a liner right at Beal.
Sharply hit by Bolton.
We're out number 1.
Beeler snags it over there at first.
Grab, 1 out, and that brings up number 8.
A soundly hit ball.
Right on the money, but right at Beeler. That's the first time Stacy Bolton's been retired today. He also had a 3-run home run. His was in the second.
Could be 2.
Uh-oh. Let's see what, yeah.
They're actually going to call him out?
Yes, that was on the transfer.
Okay.
That was a good call. The flip was over to Jebby King. He was transferring the ball to throw to first, so yes, they called the out.
So Rick Leith is aboard on the fielder's choice.
Wasn't sure on the signal from Lombard, but then when he gave it, you know, he was transferring. That wasn't the safe call, that was the transfer.
Lifted into the gap. Burris tracks it down. And Taylormade will not be blanked here in the bottom of the 4th. Leith comes in to score. Booth with a double. And here's Cheyenne Brooks.
Driven in 3 runs in the World Series. And that brings up Cheyenne Brooks.
Taylormade extending their lead to 9. They're up 23-14, 2 away. Bottom of the 4th inning, next game, GTL versus Combat USA, following immediately after this game. And the odds don't look good of starting that one at 10:30.
Well, sometimes I look at your schedule and it looks a bit optimistic. That's always my viewpoint on it. But hey, I'm still a rookie at this.
Well, we played this morning 9, 10:30, 12, 1:30.
The difference is you need to have some quick innings. This one was one of them. You had a quick
Brooks
4th.
Is retired at first base on a throw by King.
And Taylormade only able to score 1. Cheyenne Brooks retired. It's 23-14. We go to the 5th at Disney's Wide World of Sports.
We played through 4. It's a 23-14 advantage for Taylormade. Due up in the top of the 5th are Evans, Burris, and Whaley. Leading off, number 3, Brandon Evans.
Brandon Evans
Evans
leads it off here in the 5th inning. And he lifts it into left field, and Evans is retired. So after some long innings, we're moving along quickly. That's 5 in a row retired for Woodlaw. And we're at the very bottom of the lineup, and Sean Burris, the left fielder.
As I was saying, Bernie, we play at 9, 10:30, 12, and 1:30. And then we come back in the evening or afternoon schedule at 4, 5:30, 7, and 8:30. 2 4-game shifts.
And to right. 7 in a row retired.
Booth on the catch. There's 2 outs. For the top of the order, number 4, Steve Whaley. Whaley 3 for 3 in the game.
Now the good news for those of you at work is we got some entertaining stuff for you as you're trying to get the job done around the country, right?
Just be careful. Don't let the boss
We
catch
need
you.
the boss button on there.
That's what you were talking about
I
last
tried
night.
to talk to Steve Saluch about it, but he just couldn't get it done. The boss button. That's what we need.
Well, in our case, our boss would be in favor of watching USSSA softball.
Absolutely. And obviously, Steve Saluch is busy bat testing, but as soon as he can, all the games have been archived. We just need to place them up on the website. So we'll have all the action.
Oh!
Back to the pitcher, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings.
Olsen on the mound grabs the
And we
line
go to the
drive
bottom of the
off Whaley's
5th.
bat.
Taylormade with a
And
chance to
down goes
win it.
Woodlaw. 1,
We'll be
2,
back
3 here to
at
lead
Dizzy
off the
right
5th.
after this.
Now to the home half of the 5th, it'll be Wheeler, Kuhn, and McLam. Ricky Wheeler with a leadoff walk, and that brings up number 11, Chuck Kuhn.
Ricky Wheeler takes a walk to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Brings up Chuck Kuhn, the center fielder. Woodlaw blanked in the 4th and blanked in the 5th. And Taylormade has a chance to extend their 9-run lead, 23-14, as we're here in the bottom of the 5th. This will be a tough play. And Sean Burris, our left fielder, tried to chase it down. Unable to make the play.
Kuhn with a double. Wheeler advances over to
Wheeler
third.
moves over to third. Kuhn into second with a double. We got runners at second and third. Nobody out. And our leadoff batter, Chad McLam,
Driven in 2.
steps to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position. In there for strike 1.
And you know what? I stand corrected. I just got off the phone with Steve Salute. You see him right there with the umbrella on that shot. And if you want to watch any of yesterday's games, they're already up there. He was up at 5 in the morning making sure all of our archive games are up there on the website. Is that phenomenal or what?
That's dedication from Steve. Trying to give you, the public, what you want.
And there's a base hit for Taylormade. They're up by 10.
One run scores.
And obviously if they can score 5 more from here, it will be an early contest, but late as far as how long it took.
Makes way for John.
That was McClam. And he scooted the ball between Sperlin and Schrum. They both dove for it, but went right between them into left field. Wheeler scores. Kuhn over to third. McClam out there at second. There's nobody out. And Taylormade extends that lead to 10. They've marked in every inning.
John Bailey at the plate. On the ground, and that's a diving effort for Ricky Wheeler, but he can't come up with it, and it'll score 2 more. Runs 26 and runs 27 on the game.
Score on the double by Bailey. He's now driven in 3 runs this year.
Schrum dove to his right, unable to come up with it from McClam. He dives to his left, and John Bailey able to get it in.
Kevin Rye now pinch running.
The pinch runner, Kevin Rye, number 23, will now pinch run for John Bailey. Brian Floyd on all 4 times will step to the plate. He pops that one out of play.
Let's not play with the mic, bud.
Taylormade with a 12-run lead, nobody out, bottom of the 5th, 3 runs in.
And Taylormade needs 3 more, and now they're going to have a chance to win it with 1 swing of the bat. That's run number 27. As Floyd, the RBI single.
Comes in to score. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, number 4, Chris Calcutt.
So Chris Calcutt
he's driven in 2.
Can win it here with a home run.
Yeah. No, let's go up so we can go see Dada.
And get out of the way down the line. On the ground, there's a base hit. And the winning run is on first. And Brian Goings
now running at first
is
base
at the plate.
Brian Logan, the base runner at first.
27-14 with Goings at the plate. Woodlaw about to be sent to the losers bracket. They desperately need 3 very quick outs. Game-winning run is on first, and he's going to have a chance to score. Calcutt round second. They'll hold him at third, and now the winning run is on third base, and it's 28-14. RBI single there for Goings. And now Stacy Bolton, the pitcher, has a chance to win it.
For Stacy Bolton.
GTL is going to be on the field next. We saw them win the men's major. Or excuse me, the men's A, not the men's major. This is the men's major.
Well, Bernie receiving.
I guess you got to load the
form.
bases here in this situation, right?
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to do that with nobody out. They're going to put him on. I'm receiving phone calls from across the area. We have games going on at the Osceola Softball Complex. Also over at Fortune Road in Denjon, the men's C. Leesburg, about an hour and 5 minutes north, and also over at Seminole County. As we said, over 520
Seminole County.
520
Wow.
teams playing here.
Some
Some 32 fields. Really?
Yeah.
We're on some 32 fields this weekend.
So we're in 3 counties. Are we in Orange as well? Because we're technically, I think, right on the border of Orange here. Part of Disney World is in Orange County. The other part is in Osceola County.
I think we consider an Osceola softball complex, of course, is in Osceola County.
Obviously that, yeah.
Fortune Roads, Osceola.
Osceola. The only one that might be orange, I'm thinking, is this one. You're on the border here.
I think they consider this Osceola as well.
Watson on the mound. Watson, the new pitcher.
So this must be the only part of Disney that's in Osceola. The rest of it's in Orange County.
That may be so. The ballpark here. They've got a new pitcher, Sean Watson.
Coming in to work miracles. And that's just about what Woodlaw needs at this point. Game-winning run is on third, and they need 3 outs. Have you seen a triple play in this yet?
Oh, yeah, I've seen a few. Need to get a line shot. Take somebody off the bag, tag him. Well, they didn't load him up.
Popped up, short right field. Arlette has it. They're going to test his arm. Here comes the throw to the plate, off the money. And Taylormade has won game number 1. It's a final score here from Champion Stadium, 29-14.
29-14.
Stay with us, USSSA.com. 8 games for you. We'll have GTL, the men's A winner, on the field. When we come back, they'll take on Combat USA.
A great battle here on the softball field. And for Taylormade, they advance. They will play tonight, Thursday night at 7 p.m. against Dan Smith here at the stadium. For Woodlaw, they drop into the losers bracket. Their next game will be Friday.